Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Jaunty Mantis, a tabletop role-playing game podcast of creative questions for curious gamers, or sometimes actual plays. This is part two of our Mothership actual play, part two. So if you haven't seen part one, go back and watch that. Hi, I'm Jesse.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Chris.
And
That guy's Rich.
Rich. Hey. You can tell who's the podcasting professionals.
Hey, that was my smoothest one yet. So
True story.
I'm legitimately proud of you, Chris last name. So
You've come so far, Chris last name.
Rich is joining us to run a Mothership game that he has written and is play testing. And Mothership is a cool game, and thought you, the Mantis audience, might enjoy seeing it played. So, Rich, what did we do last time?
Well, let's see. Last time our crew, Dick Darlington, Galen Fessenden, and Cal Umami?
Cal Umami. Yeah,
were contracted to board the lost colony ship of the series. The series was basically the first extrasolar colony ship to ever leave Earth. It took off before the invention of hyperspace with 1,000 souls aboard in cryosleep and was never heard from again. It is now 300 years later. Humanity has kind of lapped the series in space colonization, and it was suddenly found drifting far off course and dangerously heading toward a dead star solar system where the colonists aboard would not be able to survive. Your job was to board the ship and, in an extension of humanitarian goodwill from the Tannhauser Company, extend any surviving colonists or crew a generous resettlement package. To do this, you were fired out of a massive railgun. Listen to the first episode for details on that. You boarded, you found two crew awake and alive, both seemingly quite elderly, a lot older than you thought. Captain DeVille and his first officer, Commander Murray. After some brief introductions, you were shown to your quarters, where the captain implied that you could stay as long as you would like, while he and his first officer mull over the bad news that you gave them. Suffice to say, it sounded like something seemed off about the whole arrangement. And I think when we last left our crew, Galen, the android, had some trouble with what should have been a pretty easy hacking job, and was left by his companions, who headed out to explore the observatory at the top end of the ship. And a bit later, the companions returned to find Galen no longer there, and his cherished trinket of it was a gold-plated rat figurine, right?
Yes, gold-plated rat figurine, just lying on the industrial carpet that lines the floor,
with no sign. And a lot of the electrical equipment completely on the fritz. In the it was in the medical bay that you were at, right?
Yep.
So, with no sign of your android companion, I guess I will say, what would the immediate reaction be? We might be flashing forward a little bit in time here, but like, what is Dick and Cal's thoughts on upon seeing the rat figurine?
Shock, for one. she was already kind of hyperventilating from what happened in the observatory. So she's kind of rushing into this room and seeing the rat statue. She's like kind of in full freak out mode at this point. She's probably like looking around the room rapidly, assessing for any clues or indicators of what might have happened.
Yeah, I would be like, what the hell? He never leaves anywhere without that weird statue of his. Can I look around and assess the situation, like specifically what's going on with the equipment or anything that's obviously out of place mechanically?
I will say yes. Kind of scanning around, since Cal is quite a skilled teamster with industrial equipment and mechanical repair skills. It does look like, for right now, the all of the equipment in the med bay seems to be on the fritz. It's characteristic of the aftermath of an EMP explosion or an EMP. I guess detonation or pulse. Something that would be very dangerous to an android as well.
Have you ever seen an EMP hit an android before?
No.
That'd be bad for them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like computers in there, right?
It's all computer in there. What are you talking about?
I think maybe Galen's not feeling so good right now. Is there a medical bay but for like androids, you think?
Are you serious?
They would have took him there, right?
I don't know.
This is the Sirius.
This is an old ship. They didn't even have androids back then.
Saying. Oh, that's true, huh?
This is some fucked up shit, man. And Dick is going to bring up his weapon and immediately start. It's that part in the movie where it begins doing the finally assembly procedure and connecting all the necessary straps and putting in the click and, cocking the weapon and,
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, yeah.
Ungoverning the cylinder.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll dig around in my small parts pouch and pull out a vaguely pistol-like thing, but obviously more industrial. I guess the old laser cutter will have to do.
We gotta go. I don't like androids, but this is some fucked up shit. We gotta find. We gotta figure out what happened. Right?
Like we're on the line if something happens to him.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Could cut right through the bonuses, man.
Or do we get their bonus? Because anyway, it doesn't matter.
Hang
on. So yeah, what is Cal and Dick's like immediate game plan upon seeing this? Like you've explored a bit of the ship.
Try to access the computer to at least
Wait. Don't do what Galen or
what?
Don't touch that thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, you touch it. You know machines, right?
Not
you got you would be you can
power cables.
Yeah, there's computer terminals in other parts of the ship, but for right now, nothing in here is going to be working for you.
Oh, everything is
just giving off sparks and static.
We need to find a working terminal. Yeah.
Galen might be terminal. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Real stressed out right now, man.
So do we have to force the door open?
Is that? Never mind.
What? Are you feeling okay?
No. Every time I try and say,
what are you trying to say?
Never mind. Let's find him.
Do we have to force the door open? Is there
the entrances to the med bay? So you're in this big habitat ring. The entrances to the med bay and the library are just a big archway. It's open.
Okay.
There's no door. Your quarters all had individual doors, but it's only really the med bay that is like this. Like you're in there and like it's the lights are just like giving off this staccato flickering. It's dark. You've got all the terminals just sort of like running gibberish and static over like casting weird shifting shadows. But if you step out into the rim, it's the same sort of like, again, like the whole ship is kind of dark. It's in like low power mode, but it's like even darker and deeper shadows in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I said, there's computer terminals and all over the ship. There's like you're not going to be able like you could just cross the hall and use the one in the library if you wanted to. What are you scanning for in the computer?
I want to get a layout of where I guess the two crew members would be at this point in time. I know it's been a while since the last session, so I don't remember where the captain said he would be.
Well, the captain didn't.
Okay.
What where the captain left you all off was saying that himself and the commander would be reviewing the offer that you're extending, and that he would find you when they came to their decision. But you then kind of learned that there didn't appear to be any like internal communication systems in the ship. You don't appear to have any way to hail him or anything like that. You haven't found security cameras that were obvious. And you have been wandering around the ship for like 2 hours ish already. And you do like everything that's on the map in the companion, you are able to see. Just yeah, the construction of the ship is kind of like at the what we would see as the top, which is actually at this point the back of the ship in the direction that it's traveling, is that big geodesic observation dome, which you activated last session, and you found that it like the top half of it was working, and it revealed the field of dark blood red stars behind the ship that are that have their color and light distorted by the fact that you're traveling at 10% the speed of light. But the bottom half of the dome appeared to be deliberately damaged and not functioning, not able to become transparent. Cal examined and figured you could fix it, but it would take some time.
I don't got the parts, man. That's probably not worth fixing. I'm surely there's another path forward. This can't be very important to the plot.
And then below that, where you are, is the wide habitat ring designed for passengers. There's the cryogenic module below that, which you have been through. You have also been through the hub of the operations ring, which is a little bit below that in sort of the map that we showed. Past that, you have the greenhouse, the engines, and then running alongside, you have a very long cargo hold. If you were to guess, you would probably think the operations ring is an obvious place for the crew to be. But at this point, they could be anywhere. You do note that there is an IT lab. There's an IT section in the operations ring.
All right. Well,
That's like a hospital for androids. I lean into the computer over your shoulder and say, "Hey, computer, find my android." Man, this technology is ancient. Sorry, you were saying it. Did you find something?
I was going to say we should either go to the place you just mentioned or the operations ring, see if we can locate any other crew members or.
I think it's in the operations ring, the IT room.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go there then.
Okay. So you're heading down to the operations ring. cut to. We have the interior of so Galen. The last thing that you remember is just this burst of static across your visual cortex, which then the whole world sort of shrunk horizontally to a line and then disappeared. You are immediately aware of the first thing you're aware of is just you hear some sounds and some rustling before your vision kind of comes back online, and it's not, your eyes don't open, it literally is just your internal cameras click on, and you are inside again. You're at 1G. Your internal chronometer has not come back online, so you're not sure how long it's been. But you're inside a room that is the outsides of it are sort of stacked floor to ceiling with like server racks and just shelves upon shelves of wiring and electronic components. You hear sort of off to your left and behind it, and it is dark in here. Your olfactory chemical sensors come on, and you get a faint undertone of sort of decay and rot. Is probably how a human would describe it. You're detecting complex hydrocarbons on the air.
Oh, failed organics.
Yeah, and the sort of rustling behind you turns into just a sliding crash of light metal objects sort of clattering to the ground, and an older woman's voice just going, oh dear, and more rustling around. And it's at this point that you realize that like you can turn your head part way, but your head is clamped into some sort of bracket, and the rest, your motor control over your body below that has been deactivated. And then
I'm going to slightly roll my head and try and activate an internal diagnostic because this isn't good in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you are finding various systems inside your body are coming back online one by one, sort of in an order that is completely random, completely uncontrolled. And sort of moving into your field of vision is the Commander Murray, first officer of the ship. Her hair still tightly held back, her white hair still tightly held back in that bun, wearing her ship's uniform. And she says, "Oh, you're coming back online. Fantastic. You must understand I had to disable a few things. It took me a little while to figure out exactly how to do it, but I hope you're comfortable. I just have to do some quick tests. I'm as we said at dinner, I'm fascinated by your construction and how much technology has advanced, and I think I have so much to learn from you. I've learned so much already, and it hasn't even been that long."
Am I like reclined? Like
yeah, you're like at like 45 degrees, basically.
Okay. Like are my hands like clamped, or I just don't have motor control?
You can like look down and you see that what is holding you to this sort of surgical rack / workshop is not, it's like they're like tube clamps. They're not they don't appear to be particularly strong. You're not like shackled in. It is just literally your motor control over your body has been shut off.
Okay.
Whether that is the result of the damage or whether it was intentionally done, you cannot tell yet.
Okay.
But you do appear to have the ability to speak if you so choose.
Cool. I'm gonna try and buy time.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna say query, and then I'm gonna bite the inside of my cheek. So like the like white liquid starts like coming out of my mouth, and I'm gonna like roll my eyes
Pseudo
up.
milk.
Yeah, gonna roll my eyes up in the back of my head and just start like twitching on the bench to see if I can get her to come closer.
She actually she sees this and she says, oh dear, oh dear. Just a moment. She goes back behind you real quick. And you hear like just fingers on keys for a little bit. And you your visual cortex all of a sudden for a few seconds starts playing you see an image of uh, seven male and female ballet dancers in a sort of mirrored spherical dance studio doing an elaborate zero-G ballet. And after about 2 seconds of this, you catch a glimpse of yourself in a full body black leotard, and you were taking part in the dance itself. And then it cuts back, and then when it cuts back, she's in your face, and she says, I hope that nothing's too permanently damaged there. You do seem to be pretty resilient against EMPs. I think you should come back online um, in due time. But tell me, is everything all right?
I am running internal diagnostics.
I'm sure you have a lot to check up on. Um, yeah, the device that I used is fairly crude. I apologize, but I like I said, you're fantastically resilient. And that data core of yours, do you know that it's been completely overwritten 8 times? Are you aware of that at all?
Negative.
Fascinating. Well, I think that we have a lot of time to learn about each other, and in time you will come to like it here. Um, cut back. So the
I feel personally stressed. Do I need to roll for that?
we could make that a fear save, sure. Yeah.
Okay, because this is terrifying to discover I've had 8 previous lives all in this body, and in one of them I may have been a ballet dancer.
In the comedy version of that scene, you went right to your normal voice and said, "What?"
Said what now?
Yeah, we could go with a fear save here.
Okay, how do I roll a save again on this?
You pull up your character sheet and
There.
yeah, I think you just click on or there's a roll icon. There's a roll thing on the
Roll, save, fear. Beep. Oh, I got a 5.
thing.
I ain't scared none.
Wait, there we. Oh yeah, okay. I was reading from that. Yeah. So yeah, you. It is unsettling, but I mean, to be expected.
Okay.
Anyway, Dick and Cal make it. You climb up the ladder into the zero-G hub of the habitat ring. You descend through the cryo the cryo module, which I don't know if we've like fully described before, but like when you enter into the cryo module, you go into this sort of like wide cylindrical chamber, which the interior here is just as dark as the rest of the ship, but it's considerably colder. Around the outside are these like rows of transparent windows that look out onto the larger cryogenic hold, and that in there is actually pretty well lit. So you're seeing these like glowing rectangles in a sort of like line as you descend in here. And if you look out there, you just see rack upon rack upon rack of very old style cryopods. And they're all very like frosted over, so you can't see inside, but every one of them does have a window where a human face would be. Um, you descend through this, you hit the hatch on the other side, and you can enter into the operations hub of the crew ring. So this is basically the bridge of the ship. You have just like a ring, and again, you go in here. The hub is rotating around you, and as you hit it, the sort of air currents start to pull you, turning in the same direction. So it starts out, it's spinning around you considerably fast, and then you sort of match its speed. It's got these like rows of computer banks all around. They're all locked down. You don't see another person here at all. And where the habitat ring has these two wide open hatches with the big warning gravity stickers around the side. These have hatches, but they are closed with big metal gates, the same thumbprint sensors, and the access LED is glowing red. And then if you were to continue on, you would have a long passage to get down to the greenhouse.
Well, Cal, you know, go ahead. Go do your thing.
Oh no, it's locked. What are we gonna do? And I ignite my laser cutter and start cutting at the wherever I assume that the latch is or the locking mechanism.
You have a the laser cutter.
Yes, that is my weapon.
Hell yeah!
It is D100 damage, long range, but only has 6 shots and a 1 reload. Assume it's got a hefty power pack. 18
The
volt
laser
Milwaukee
cutter
probably.
is a hell of a weapon. I love the 1D100 damage. So you're going to straight up start laser welding this.
I mean, I'd give
laser
one
cutter.
look at Dick as the tactical brain of the operation. Like,
It isn't really a brains kind of operation, but okay.
and then I start cutting if I don't get a negative.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume that there's a spot where I could just do one long cut and cut anything that might be in the way.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take a little while to do that. So yeah, you suit up. Actually, speaking of Dick, did you are you suited up in your like you did come here with advanced battle dress? Are you like is Dick in like military mode here?
Mm-hmm. Full military mode.
Okay. So yeah, so you're doing that. You're keeping watch while Cal starts cutting. Mid cut here, Cal, you remember those glowing red eyes?
Oh yeah, I think about them all the time. I don't like it, and then I can't say
you've got your laser cutter, which I great that this piece of welding equipment just looks like a gun. You've got it like braced on here, and you know exactly where to cut, right, to sort of get through this. And it's heavy duty, but you're sure you can get through it in time. You're looking into that red of the red backsplash of the laser welder, and like your eyes kind of unfocus, and the one bright red dot in the center of your field of vision sort of morphs into 2 as your eyes go into a 1,000-yard stare. And did we lose Jesse?
I think we did.
Okay. And in the back of your mind, sort of like emanating from right behind your teeth, almost, you can hear a voice, a deep voice that you can tell is the captain saying like, "Send the soldier away." Would you like to resist this?
Yeah, I really like Dick's guns.
If you would like to resist it, make a sanity save.
Roll, save, sanity. An 88, a critical failure, getting me 1 stress.
All right, cool.
Does that auto add it, or do I need to adjust that?
I think it automatically adds your stress, but
I'm at 7.
okay, so you are unable to resist the urge to send the soldier away.
Dick, I got this.
You are also fighting against it, and you're pushing real hard mentally against this. Computer just restarted itself. Yeah, we just did that scene, Jesse. Heyo. So you will also make a panic check before we move this any farther.
Roll. So this is panic is a separate save. I got a 10, a success.
10 success. Okay, so you do not panic.
He rarely panics.
Do not panic. But you know we've added the stress. You need to get Dick out of here.
Dick, yeah, you should probably like sweep the perimeter. I got this, and you know if I hit the wrong thing, it could be dangerous. You don't need to stand right here. And I'm just like sweating, like try not to look away from the work, but also try to look
sweat coming off of you in beads, right?
Yeah, no, you should make yourself scarce, man. It's just not worth it, man. You should make sure he's not just out in the open. Maybe we're cutting the wrong door. I don't know, man.
What is going on? No, sweep the perimeter. We got to stick together.
What? This is like the first place we checked. He could be anywhere. Like, really?
Yeah,
think about it.
Open up the hatch. What are you doing?
I'm working on it. It's going to take a while, and it could be dangerous. Right. What there's emergency jettison or explosive bolts. You know, they don't build them like this anymore, man. There could be literally anything in there.
What are you talking about?
Technology, man, and like engineering and stuff. I don't know.
Are you saying this entire room is unstable?
No, just like
with all the sweat that is coming off of you right now. Are you okay?
I'm fine, man. I feel like my blood pressure is like really high right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing about this that makes Dick have to comply, of course. But like, yeah, you are trying to send Dick.
Yeah, I keep a constant stream of excuses for why you should leave. What you do with that is up to you.
I don't like it. No, I'm not going anywhere, man. We're in this together. We already lost one. I can't. You know what? Like we're team. You know.
All right. So you've sent Dick away, and unsurprisingly, Dick doesn't think that's a good idea. And you get back to cutting. You manage to get 3-4 centimeters here. Is Dick keeping an eye on the gate being cut, or are you like scanning? Are you scanning the room for? You've got 4 points of entrance here. You've got where you came in, you've got the hatch going down to the greenhouse, and you've got the one that Cal is cutting, and then you've got the one diametrically opposite that.
When we got into the room and the cutting started, Dick was like, yeah, now we're doing shit. And she's just checking every angle, checking every part of the room, leading with her gun. But then as soon as Cal starts with his nonsense, she's just like zeroed in on him in the cutting of the door, and is just like, what, you know, that's where her focus is right now. Just completely on that. Okay.
Which means you get the smell of the ozone coming off of the melting metal. You've got the crackle of it. You can see it's glowing around the edges. You can feel like the heat coming off of Cal as he's just getting like it's the laser, but it's also just Cal's body because this room is really cold.
I'm a sweater. Mom always said so.
It's really cold. It's also really dark. So this laser is just shining this red glow on you, casting a big shadow behind you. And you hear the hatch on the other side slide open.
What the hell was that?
And if you turn to see, you can see the captain, still in his space nautical uniform. This time his hair has gone completely is completely loose and it's floating behind him, kind of
He's
like
gone Super Saiyan,
kind of like a cloud. And he is just drifting toward you. And at this point, like he has you what you recall, like you can see the glowing eyes now. And he just has this intense look of malice locked on Dick, specifically, and just his presence, you can feel it in your mind as he's physically getting closer to you. Make a sanity save. Chris, you can as well if you would like to try to resist this, but you've obviously already made one.
Do trauma responses come into this at all?
Oh yes, trauma responses. How about that?
I can rules lawyer a game I barely know.
Let's remind ourselves of the trauma responses of Marines and Teamsters. The trauma response of the Marine: whenever you panic, every close friendly player must make a fear save. We are not there yet. And the trauma response of the Teamsters: once per session, you may take advantage on a panic check. Not a save, a panic check. So those don't come into play right now, but and you are not near Galen, so you do not get any penalty on your fear saves if you do make one. But yes, it is a sanity save because you are feeling this man in your mind as he is getting closer to you.
All right, got sanity. We're rolling. Failure 79.
Okay. And is Cal trying to fight what is about to happen?
Yeah, I suppose I got a 60. It's a failure. Got another stress.
Okay. So he floats toward you with this again, this deep look of malice. And as he gets basically in what would be arm's reach of you, Galen, back in the workshop, the commander continues to fiddle with some technical stuff, and you start to see like diagnostic cycles coming up that you are not initiating, but then sort of cutting off shortly after that, her voice chimes in and she says, "Oh well, terrible timing. I apologize, but well, these cycles are going to have to run. We're going to have to run anyway."
I believe your computer code is interfering with my internal diagnostics. I understand and have great empathy for your curiosity, but my computer core is far more advanced than the technology of your era, and I will reach full functionality much quicker if you would please disconnect whatever you seem to have connected to me.
Well, but then of course the neural mapping won't take hold. But you know what? It won't take long. You'll hardly even notice I'm gone. I'm just going to pop off for a bit, and I will be right back. And she
please.
She clicks something.
I am a sentient creature.
She clicks something, and you are now kind of floating. You're in kind of like a void. You're not seeing the world the immediate world around you, but your data core is reaching out, and you're feeling the connections of the machines and computers that you're linked into. Your internal what do you call it, accelerometer, your gyroscope, sort of, you lose connection to it. So Galen is kind of floating in space himself, and you're seeing these constellations, and you're not sure how long you're in there, but you do note that, like, the other presences you feel here are the computer of the ship. And
Hey, I speak computer.
hey, you do. So you're not sure how long you're there, but you are kind of floating with, and the only real connections that Galen has to the outside world are these cybernetic linkages inside of you, or that are reaching in and connecting to you.
Can I send my consciousness to try and connect back? Doing some version of typing C:/ DOS. Like,
you are connected into the ship's computers just as well as you were when you were at that terminal. And it would be possible for you to interface with them in any way that you want.
I would like to try to take over this invasive query that's locking me out of my body.
Okay.
A thing I'm not super happy about.
That would be a we can make that like an intellect roll, and you can add your appropriate computer skills to it.
Roll stat. Computers and hacking?
Yes. Well, you can add computers or hacking. So
I'll
15,
add hacking.
Yeah.
Okay. Intellect roll with hacking. Roll. 25, a success.
That is a success. Yeah, so you are able to escalate your computer access up to diamond level. Again, there are 4 levels. You were at club, which is the lowest. So there's club, diamond, heart, spade. And you can sense essentially all of the computer systems on the ship, which are, extensive. So you don't have like super good access to everything, but you are able at some point to find the subsystems that are disabling your own motor control and turn them off if you so choose.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Now, is there anything else while you are in here that you would like to try to investigate computer-wise?
Now that I have a better...
You're kind of like, you're in the matrix of the ship.
Yeah, I'm like torn between like well, now I just think like the commander is crazy. And I don't think I need a medical record to know that they're crazy and I need to be on guard around them, because now they have hijacked me and tried to map my brain and like kept me as a prisoner. So now I want to know how they got off course.
You want to access like navigational systems?
Yeah, the navigational log. I'm not like trying to like take over navigation.
Yeah. You quickly, I mean, yeah, you can find your way to the, the navigation computer, access those systems. You get a comprehensive star map of your entire surroundings, as well as everywhere the ship has been. And you can track the history where it was on course to its destination of Greer Star, and about 100 or so years into the journey, the ship rotated and changed course to head where it's going right now.
Is there a command authorization for who did that?
Henri Broussard, the engineer of the ship.
Okay.
And you have an extensive navigational record that shows that anyone with access to the computer should know exactly where the ship is going.
Okay.
It is, in fact, rotated to be in position to slow down when it goes in the direction that it is heading.
So there's a deliberate course to this dead star.
Yes.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Anything else you feel like doing while you're in here? From where you're at, you have access to you have low level like computer access, but you can do computer access to any part of the ship that you choose.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get the security locks, access to the security locks of the door system, so I can make a run for it. No. Yeah, Galen is more curious than practical, even at this moment. I want to check the status of the people in cryo.
Well, you can the cryo bay is fully powered. Everyone is all those pods are activated. There is. Oh, I will also say that with your diamond computer access that you have right now, you can unlock most doors that are locked on the ship.
Okay.
Right now. Okay, so I will say you are able at a surface level to access cryogenics, medical records, all that stuff. What exactly are you looking for while you're there?
Just the story, like why these people are so much older if they're doing these shifts. Like, how long has the commander and the captain been out of cryo at these JAGs? Because and then also, what's up with Broussard, who apparently changed the course? Is he in cryo? I have so many questions.
Let's run those down. You run through, you are scanning through, Henri Broussard boarded the ship not in cryostasis, and his pod has never been accessed.
Okay.
He was never put into cryostasis.
Okay.
There are.
And this is like the billionaire guy, right?
Yeah, the mad engineer whose vision it was to colonize the stars. Basically, the second cryogenic stasis became feasible. You can find records of 7 out of the 1,000 pods in the cryo hold. You can find records that 723 of them having been activated to revive their occupants, and 0 who were ever put back into cryosleep.
Oh, fuck. So this ship should be choked with people. Like, there should be 700 people just walking around.
Well,
like,
if they're going to live for 300 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And the access times are just throughout the course of time.
Okay.
And if you go basically through these records, every one of the 40 officers who boarded the ship has been revived from cryostasis and never put back in.
Okay. So if these are those officers, they are 300 years old. Cool.
At least.
Cool. That's a normal human life. Oh, relativistic distances. Yeah, maybe older. No, they're younger. Slightly. Okay.
They would be younger.
Yeah, slightly younger.
So you do this for a while. Do you eventually leave?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So
Is there
Galen,
like a spar or a wrench or something lying around this bay, like a blade of a server rack, like that I can pick up as a
yeah,
primitive
sure.
club? Because
Yeah.
I'm
Improvised weapon does 1d5 damage. Yeah, sure.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, you basically like you have access to the systems that are controlling you. You can enable your motor control. You can shut off this like this sensory deprivation thing that you have. And like once you have motor control back, again, you don't really know how long you've been out. But you're able to come back on the pipe clamps holding you onto here. You just kind of go like they just come right off. You grab your wrench. You start to move toward the gate, and you feel like there's something dangling around like the back of your neck.
Oh,
And you just close your head up a little bit,
oh.
stitch that back on. And you are, yeah, that smell, like I said, is still here. It is colder and even darker outside of this ring. Um, and you are able to exit the ring. Are you?
So I'm on.
You are in the IT. Let's.
Okay, so there's gravity. IT connects to commander's quarters. There's a ladder way up to operations. I can go to a stateroom. I can go to the captain's quarters. How would I exit this level?
You would go up to operations and then to either the greenhouse or the cryo hold.
I'm gonna head up to operations.
Okay. Yeah, so you run around, and again, this is like the same type of setup that the other ring is. The ring is smaller. You can actually feel the Coriolis effect because it's moving faster. But you're able to get to the ladder, which takes you up to operations. You are in that operations room. The hatch that you're climbing through, you can see that there's like a 5 centimeter laser scar of in the metal. You get into this zero gravity of the operations chamber, and where to?
uh,
There's nobody in the operations room right now.
Not right now.
Oh, cool.
I'm curious if I can use my diamond access from operations to correct the ship's course to the resettlement destination.
You do not have that access.
Okay. Let's go check out the crew bunks because who doesn't like an abattoir?
Okay. You're heading to the crew bunks. Meanwhile, uh, almost like you're coming out of a kind of stupor. You suddenly become aware of where you are, the ground under your feet. You have gravity. You're woozy. You're staggering. Both Dick and Cal have taken one wound.
Right.
I'm going to figure out how to do that.
I updated mine to current 1 out of 3.
Yeah, I can do mine as well.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you have each taken one wound. I
One of
won't
two.
say exactly the nature of that wound, but Cal and Dick, sort of you're each in this ring and kind of like staggering around it, and you see because it's from each of your perspectives, it slopes up ahead and behind you, and like so you see each other's feet at first, and you're each kind of like, and each of you looks at the other one and is like, man, they're in bad shape. And you find each other basically outside of you're actually back right outside of the med bay, kind of where you were when you were doing this investigation. And you come to each other. You don't know how long it's been. You don't feel well. You don't know how you got here. The last thing you remember is the captain looming toward you.
Did we use those stim packs? And I check my bag to see if they're still in there.
You got stim
What
packs.
happened?
I'm not sure.
Did the captain get us? I mean,
What?
we're not dead or tied up, so
It was floating through the air. His hair was everywhere. My mustache was itching me. I was ready to fire my weapon, and now we're here.
You in the distance you hear
The hell was that?
just a giggle.
I immediately die in real life. What the hell was that? I don't like kids, man.
Do I still have my my weapon?
Yeah, you have all of that stuff. It is your you have all that stuff.
All right, it's currently up and ready, and I'm just every which way. As soon as I hear a giggle, I'm like pointing at it. Just what was that?
Way off down around this in the direction that Dick came from, you see sort of disappearing over that inverted horizon, sort of like frilly pink lace of like the bottom skirts of maybe like a poofy dress, just sort of go like running away from you.
I hope to God I didn't see it.
Dude. Cal, did you just see that?
No, what was it?
Frilly and pink, and it disappeared.
I hate everything about those words you just said. They're not in the space Bible anywhere, man. Unsay it.
I need to know what the fuck is going on here. Dick takes off towards the pink frilly dress piece or whatever.
Are you running?
Yeah. Running after it, gun out, hop, 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 hop.
What the hell are you guys? And I reluctantly follow, but not as fast.
Cal is just lagging along, and you guys, you are feeling the fatigue at this point too. Something is not right. Low blood sugar, something of that sort.
Yeah, I'll say.
And Cal, you're lagging behind Dick a little bit. And just before Dick gets like out of your range of vision, you hear behind you again the giggle and a hand just on like the middle of your back just sort of go like slap, and you just hear like you hear a young girl's voice saying, "You're it."
I shriek. Very high pitched and sprint towards Dick.
I'm immediately
you like don't look back.
No, absolutely not. That's how they get you.
All right. Yeah, it came from behind, and you catch up to Dick. If you guys look back, you don't see.
It touched me. It said
touched you?
It said I'm just hanging on to your power armor, like shaking you.
I don't feel good. Stop shaking me. What happened?
Get out of here. We got to get back to the pod or something.
What about the fucking android?
Who cares? They can reboot or reload or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fuck it. I'd rather not get paid and court-martialed and fired and whatever. Let's get out of here. Pull out the resettlement package, whatever kind of documents or papers involved, and just throw it on the ground.
You've been served.
So yeah, you guys, you make it around to one of the ladders that goes up to the habitat hub, and you climb to the top. And yeah, again, like as you climb, you get lighter and lighter and lighter, which thank God, because you're not feeling well. You get to the top and you sort of like you float free and just drift up toward the center. And as you you start to turn as you catch up with the hub's rotation, and just crouched on the edge, like against the wall, looking up at you with her dress sort of splayed around like this, is a young little girl with blonde curly hair sort of floating in her head around her head in a halo. And she just looks up at you and says, like, "You're not very good at this game. Have you ever even played?" It's really easy to find.
What the hell are you talking
That's
about?
not how you tag.
Come down here immediately, young lady.
I'm attempting to hide behind Dick.
I have never shot at a child before.
She says she's looking at you from this wall, and she says, "Well, what am I? My name is Sophia. Pleasure to meet you. But it's very rude to point guns at people.
No disagreements there.
And I'm not coming closer to you because he's it, and he'll tag me if I get closer."
Yeah.
What does that mean? He's it.
It means I tag him and he's it. And if he tags me, I'll become it. And then it will be your turn to run.
I don't like the way that sounds.
So she's got to run from me right now, so we're safe. We can just stick together.
Okay.
Get to the pod.
Okay.
Disengage or something. They tell us how we're getting off the ship.
We can't get out through the pod. We're moving too fast.
The pod does not have the ability to slow itself down. Your best bet for slowing yourself down is to either wait for the other ship to come catch you in 6 months, or activate this ship's engines.
Yeah.
So Galen in the bunks. You make your way around, and the crew bunks just sort of are this big sort of domed area with just 10 bunk beds on either side. There are little foot lockers at the bottom. The foot lockers are unlocked. They contain basically maintenance uniforms and stuff like that. You can see every one of the bunks has a nameplate on it with just a last name of a first initial and last name of a crewman. And over along the wall is a big locker that says small arms.
I'm going to go open that.
It's locked with a mechanical lock.
Wrench won't work. Are there uniforms or foot lockers or anything?
Yeah. The foot lockers all have sort of coverall maintenance uniforms.
Is there a rank on the foot locker?
No, these are all just crew.
I'm gonna start checking the overalls for keys in the pocket.
No keys here.
Okay. What is it, a padlock or a combination lock, or
it's just a little, it's a pretty simple lock. Given if you spend a little bit of time with that wrench, you could probably pry the whole thing open.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pry it open with the wrench.
Okay. You're in there, you're levering it open, eventually it pops open. Inside there are 5 submachine guns and 20 magazines fully loaded.
I will take a submachine gun and as many magazines as I can stuff in my pockets.
Sure.
And then I'm going to go look for my friends.
Okay.
We would do the same, in your place.
That's right. We're all in this together.
So you're leaving the you're leaving the operations.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say that you leave the operations room. You float through the cryo hold, and you open up the hatch leading into the habitat hub, and you can see floating in the center. You've got Dick and Cal like holding on to Dick's back, like as Dick has her gun pointed, and you look in the direction the gun is pointed, and you see in a flash of movement, a mess of pink lace and satin, just sort of like faster than the eye can follow, just sort of like dip down that hatch, just go and drop down, just immediately, instantaneously. Why don't you all make a fear save? Yeah, fear save. And hey, you've got Galen here, so you're at disadvantage.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Oh, we're at disadvantage on our fear save. Oh, yeah.
Roll save.
A 97, a failure.
Wow, 97, a failure.
Hey, 71, a success.
How about that?
I'm at 9 stress.
Love that android. Yeah, so the group is reunited.
What the hell? As soon as I notice the android, he almost gets high intensity light to the face.
Hello,
Galen,
my friends. It is
we
good to
found
see
you. We've been
you
looking
again.
all over.
I
The
believe
captain
the
went all
description of what happened
Weird.
is I found you. It would make sense. There are many weird things happening on this ship. I no longer believe our
shit.
mission to be viable.
We can get to the pod and get out of here, right?
Right.
That's what
New
Dick
mission,
said.
Galen. Get the fuck off this boat ASAP.
Well, I believe, according to our mission parameters, that will require waiting 6 months for the pursuit craft to catch us.
Not if
No,
we
there's
get
gotta be
to
another
the
way.
operations and shut this sucker down or destroy the engines. What do you say?
Well, we fire the engines to slow it down sooner, right?
Well, let's just blow it
We
up.
can get
What do
out
you
of here.
think?
By the
Well,
way,
we're on
the
it.
commander kidnapped me after using an EMP device.
That checks out.
We found your
Figured out
rat.
half of that.
Oh, Rizzo, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let us return to operations and see if we can seize control of the ship. Oh, by the
blow up
way,
engines.
all of the officers on this ship were woken from cryo and never returned. So the captain and the commander are most likely nearly 300 years old.
Well,
There are also androids? That doesn't add up.
They didn't have androids then. Oh, and the course change was deliberate by the engineer of the ship.
what the hell's going on here?
Where's the engineer?
I don't know. I would suspect we would not find the answer to that question to be enjoyable. Let us return to operations, and you may pray to the gods I assume you believe in, that we do not encounter any of the crew.
Oh, I'm a spatheist. I've got nobody to pray to.
That sounds good. I guess I'll go first. Bring up the gun.
I will back you up.
I
will
feel
be
even less
between the
comfortable.
two of you like the glue of the party. Protected on both sides, like a sandwich.
You know, Galen,
Blue sandwich.
you know, if we're going to die here, I just want you to know that I did not like you. It did not think you were a real person. And I feel really bad about that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and apologize for that at the moment because we clearly need each other to get to safety if that's even possible. So there, I said it.
I really appreciate your candor and the way that you have turned your decisions towards me. It has been what you might call a rough day. I discovered that I have had my data core wiped 8 times, and this is my 8th existence. I have no memory of what I did or was done to me in the previous 7, and my programming allows me a lot of speculation on what it could have been. I mean, a lot of speculation.
That's messed up, me.
This
Ballet.
See,
fucked
I
up
thought you were a
bullshit.
person at first, but then you went like real weird on us, and I like questioned it. But now I'm convinced you are a person again. So teamwork.
Well, if we are finished debating my humanity, let us proceed to the engine core in operations and see if we can correct whatever abomination is being done on this ship.
All right, but look out for little kids.
Creepy
There
kids.
Were there kids on the crew roster?
In the passenger roster, yeah.
Okay.
There's also in the cryo hold there, in addition to the 1,000 paying passengers, there are 10,000 cryogenically preserved embryos in the bottom of the hold.
What happened to the embryos?
Oh, I should also relate to you from my investigations while being violated by the computers of this ship. Of the 1,000 sleeping passengers,
You're floating through the cryo hold while this conversation is taking place.
of the
Seeing
1,000
pods.
sleeping passengers, 723 of them have been woken on the journey. None of them have been put back. I do not see 723 people on this ship. I have seen 2 and an apparition.
So, where are the bodies then?
Most
If-
likely spaced, or we should not go to the greenhouse.
Oh,
Hatch
dear
opens.
God.
You look. The hatch opens into the command hub. You look directly past it. The hatch labeled greenhouse.
Is it feculent?
As you drift in,
Is it closed?
it's closed.
Oh, good.
As you enter into here, the 2 humans do get a much more powerful whiff of decay.
Is it hydrocarbons I smell?
Oh, man.
So you're in the operations hub. The computers are all around you. They're all still locked out.
Well,
All right. Well, Galen,
I will proceed to attempt a sophisticated solution. If that fails, perhaps Cal can brute force it with his knowledge as a teamster.
Well, I'd say since there's 4 entrances to this room, if you can't seal them with the computer real quick, so I understand that engineering's on the far end of the ship and it may only have 1 entrance. And the only thing better than being on by all the computers is being by all the machines that make everything work. And those, fail in your computer thing. I know how to take care of them.
Very well then. Please watch my back while I interface with this Baroque machine.
I just stare at his back like, oh.
So same rules as before. I did. I estimated it down. So you don't have access. You don't have high enough access to like really do anything navigational or command the ship.
Yeah.
From here,
I'm working on improving my access. So
yeah. And it is like 1d5 hours of hacking without a roll. Half that time on a success, instantaneously on a critical success. Now you got a critical something last time you tried this, but it wasn't a success.
I did. And my luck, let's just see how it goes. So I'm gonna I have to decide before you roll the 1d5, I would assume.
No. You look at it, you get a vibe of how long it would take you to do it. It would take you 3 hours of solid hacking at this machine, rote work to just escalate your level to hard.
Well, as an AI, I am a fan of vibe coding, but
is your chronometer even working yet?
Oh yeah, your chronometer. It's been like 13 hours since you were kidnapped.
Oh, okay. Oh, my chronometer has restarted. Most convenient. I have good news. If we are unsuccessful at this, it will only take 5 months, 29 days, and 11 hours for rescue to reach us. I'm going to attempt to brute force this machine.
Galen,
So I'm going to roll. I'm going to do a roll.
Yep.
you said they changed the course on purpose towards that dead star?
Yes, nearly 200 years ago. Henri Broussard, the mad inventor. Well, I only assume now that he is mad, but the billionaire engineer responsible for this ship.
Why do they want to go to a dead star?
I suspect, like what's in the greenhouse, the answer to that question will leave us unhappy.
Goddamn right.
If you will excuse me, I must now speak to the machine.
Looking over at the greenhouse hatch.
Roll stat intellect plus hacking. Do your thing. Success!
So it will only take you an hour and a half.
Okay.
I'm
sure we have an uninterrupted hour and a half in which to do this, right?
yeah. Yeah, exactly. What are the two? So like Galen gets started and is just sort of like, fingers blurring over this keyboard. What are you're maybe thinking Galen's moving really fast. This will be quick. And then it usually takes about 20 seconds for a human being to start getting bored. So 20 seconds in, what are Dick and Cal doing?
I start looking for ways to mechanically jam the doors shut.
You could probably do something. Who knows how powerful these motors are or whatever.
I start with the one we just came out of so that creepy girl in the pink dress can't follow us.
The big hatch.
Mm-hmm. So jam the lock.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like loose pieces of
I could melt it, but I have limited shots on my laser cutter.
Do you want to?
I'll use one for that door for sure.
So you want to weld that door shut?
Yes.
Okay.
Or at least the locking mechanism. Melt it to where it will not unlock.
Well, the locking mechanism is just a computer.
Somewhere there's got to be. Well, there doesn't have to be. I suppose it could just lock out the servos.
I guess I'm asking. Do you want to make it so that you can't get back through this door without welding?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
that's fine.
Yeah, you can do that. You're a Teamster. You know how to do
Children
that.
Children are terrifying.
So Cal is sealing you into the hub here.
Am I typing? My head turns at like an entirely 90-degree angle that is not possible for a human being. And I'm like, that is our egress to where the dock bay is.
It does everything.
No, that is not. The docking bay is actually toward
okay.
For you.
Okay, never mind.
So you are sealing yourself off from the cryogenics hub, the observatory, and the habitat ring.
Okay.
So while the hacking continues, Cal has sealed that hatch off. You start to kind of look around. Okay, what am I welding next? And it is around. It is about. I mean, what is Dick doing during this time of welding?
So after Galen mentioned the greenhouse, he goes, he said that, and Dick said she's pulling at the beard on her chin, and the greenhouse. Yeah. Okay. Check that out. And she starts going over to the greenhouse. The answer's got to be in there. She goes over to the hatch to get to the greenhouse.
So the hatch into the greenhouse, you can open it just easy. It opens, and you have come through part of this sort of tubeway before. There is a long, narrow passageway, poorly lit, but straight down away from you. Fully zero G. It's got the handholds along the side, kind of like all the other ones. And branching off to one side of you is the passageway to the dock that you came through. The greenhouse is somewhere down ahead of you.
All right. Just light the end of the gun with the flashlight part that I'm assuming is there.
Yeah.
And then breathing heavily, she's going to make her way further down the passageway. You know, greenhouse, greenhouse, greenhouse.
You drift down here and you eventually get to this again, another round chamber. There's another computer terminal here. There is a big circular hatch with a sort of like Jurassic Park style like font greenhouse, and just a thumbprint to open it up.
All right.
The hatch to the greenhouse opens. The first thing that you notice is the wave of air that comes over you from the greenhouse, considerably warmer than the rest of the ship. It's warm, it is humid, and it stinks of decay, stagnant water, and fungal bloom. Looming ahead of you is a vast drum, almost completely dark. The only light that you can see comes from the far end, another chamber, much like the one that you're in, but it's like it's about the size of the moon, the full moon in the night sky. And in the sort of shadow that it casts, you can see coming in from all directions and rotating rather quickly, just the outlines of like dead trees, just looming sort of between you and that light. You feel the damp, warm air. You smell the decay, and you hear sort of a thrumming sound, the buzzing of insects, rustling in the dead leaves and vegetation all around the outside, the flapping of wings in the dark. This is not what the greenhouse videos that you saw in your quarters led you to expect. You can make a sanity save.
Yes. Totally cool, totally normal.
52, a failure.
A failure, but not a critical one. So where are we at stress-wise? Ooh.
Got a lot of stress here, boss.
Okay. So and like you just like this is not a greenhouse. You've been in greenhouse, modules and ships before, and like they're usually lit. And you can see that like from where you're at, there's this sort of tree of scaffolding that extends down the dead center of the greenhouse, off into the distance toward that moon type light. It's sort of a hexagonal scaffolding, and it is around this array, this long chain of huge round glass like LED modules that are completely off. And you saw images of what this looked like when it was on, and it was as bright as the sun. And it is completely off, and you hear the more rustling, more flapping, more buzzing.
Hello? Just start poking around.
From somewhere in the distance.
Just gonna go deeper into the room, start investigating.
You're
Gun
going in?
shaking.
Okay. So entering the greenhouse, like I said, like toward much like the rings, like toward at the center, it's 0 G, and the gravity just sort of gradually increases. It's tricky to sort of like get down there with how fast this thing is spinning, but your feet crunch into dead leaves, soil, real earth soil, and it's not long after you drop over that ledge that you leave the light completely behind you, and you are just you're surrounded in this dense but very dead vegetation. You can hear things scurrying around you. You press forward. You sort of like your foot drops into a shallow, very stagnant, like stream, what would be a stream of water, but it's completely stagnant here. And you just sort of wade into the jungle. The hatch behind you closes, leaving you.
Holy fucking shit! We are going to die.
Back into the command hub as Galen is hacking, and Cal is looking for something to weld, and you both realize that Dick is gone.
Galen, Dick's out like half the guns. Where'd you go?
Yes, that is not good.
Technically, Dick only took 1/3 of the guns now.
I don't think of my laser cutter as a gun.
Well, you're mid-hacking, your eyes are locked on the screen, and you hear one of the side hatches open, and then the other side hatch open.
I turn to see who's coming in.
And drifting in from each of these, each side, there's a figure. A man, a woman, they drift toward each other, sort of like link up in the middle, hold hands, and sort of turn toward you. And now that they turn toward you, you first think it's the captain and the commander. But the man and woman standing before you are considerably younger than the two that you left behind.
Are they wearing the clothes, though? The same clothes?
They are wearing the same clothes, yes.
Okay, I'm emptying a clip. I'm emptying a clip.
Okay. You can roll combat.
Oh, I don't think I'm good at that at all. Roll stats. Failure. Gained 1 stress. I'm at 10 now.
Yes. So Galen, you're still hacking with one hand. You just sort of like turn with it. Just
like wave of bullets.
Sparks just all around them. They don't flinch. So he has his hair, his long hair, jet black, pulled back in a high ponytail behind him. His mustache, that long wispy sort of, it's again jet black. It's been oiled down into like handlebars. His uniform is now tightly put together.
And he looks like Henry Broussard.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just younger version of Captain Trick.
Also much younger. They both look like they're late 20s, basically. At this point, she is still, her hair is done in the exact same way, but just clear skin. They both have the piercing eyes. And he says, "It is quite rude to use firearms in someone else's home, but I will overlook the transgression."
I didn't mean it. Your parents are doing some really weird stuff, man. how are they so old and why'd they lock us up or locked up the android? And then I woke up with Dick and we didn't know what happened. We're real tired. And there's this weird girl, probably your kid. I'm so sorry. Kids freak me out, but he didn't mean to shoot at you. He's really, could you just tell us what's going on, please?
The commander says, you've met Sophia. Precocious little one, that. She means you no harm.
Oh, well, good. Okay. All right.
She has the tablet that you guys gave her. And she sort of like spiral tosses it through the air toward you. Normally you'd expect this to do, action, reaction. She gets pushed back a little bit, but she stays put, just like that. The captain says, We've come to find you to let you know that your offer has been declined. We've reviewed the navigation of this ship, and we're quite sure that it's headed exactly where it is meant to go. You, of course, are free to remain on the ship for as long as you like. But my decision is final. Your quarters remain open to you. He gestures toward the welded shut hatch, and he says, provided you're able to get back to them.
Oh, yeah, it undoes it too. Wait, so you are the captain who we met before? You just look a little different.
I'm in control of this ship, yes. Well, none of us are free of the curse of vanity. I didn't like seeing you in such a disheveled state before, so I took a bit of refreshment.
But you look so different now. You're Captain Shrek, the Elder. You're not like his kid. You're DeVille Shrek.
The commander says well, it's amazing what a bit of refreshment can provide for you. Anyhow, as the captain says, you're free to remain as long as you like. Cal. Galen.
Cool.
We should resume our appointment.
No, thank you.
I say, OSHA violation, and point my laser cutter at the captain and depress the activation stud.
Okay.
As we say.
You can make a combat check.
Ooh, okay, there's an attack button. Combat. I don't think I have any actual combat skills. This is going to be great. That is a 43. That's a failure. I gain a stress.
So it doesn't recoil, obviously, but it's a laser. But it does sort of like, it goes wide. You bring it up and you just pull the trigger just a half second too late.
My eyes are closed too.
What?
For safety.
Yeah.
My eyes are closed. Safety squint.
It goes wide over the captain's shoulder, and you can see a bright flare behind him as it hits the wall and sort of like slags a tiny bit of the metal behind there. And before you are able to tell what is happening next, the captain has he is on top of you.
Oh,
they've just gone from like a dead stop to just like he just has you in an incredibly firm grasp.
Oh.
And he says, "Give it to me." Eyes glowing red again.
I say, "Daddy."
If you'd like to resist him, you can make a sanity save.
I'm gonna try. My trauma response was for panic checks, and this is what kind of check? Sanity?
Yeah, this is not a panic check. Yeah.
So sanity save. 36, a failure.
Yeah, you give him the gun.
Yeah, my stress is now 11. And I kind of lean in like,
he takes it, he pushes you away, he stays completely still in midair. Your back hits the wall behind you, and he just crumples this thing and lets the pieces of it float around him.
Those are expensive.
In spite of your transgressions, you are welcome to stay as long as you would like. Galen, you are welcome to stay as long as she would like. We'll take our leave now. And they drift back toward those empty, those open hatches. Yeah, and they leave. Meanwhile, in the greenhouse,
Galen's like, "What the fuck?"
Where is Dick trying to make her way to? Exactly.
Trying to explore these rustling sounds on the ground. So she's just...
yeah, you so it's a lot of rustling sounds. It's like rat. You get in the glimpse of your thing, you see a rat sort of scurry across, and then as you sort of like loom up, you are now looking up, right? And there's a little bit more light ahead of you, and you can see really quickly just a bat flit across your flashlight beam, and then as you bring your weapon back down, you see ahead of you two reflecting red dots.
Oh no.
Sort of, they fixate on you from a few meters away. They disappear. They reappear like 2 meters away.
Open fire.
Okay. You can roll combat, sure.
All right. That combat roll 66 critical failure.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say critical failure, and also because I realize we're coming up to time here, so we can kind of move things along. You open fire. You blast him. It doesn't seem like you're making contact with anything. Go ahead and roll your panic check.
Okay. Panic. 5 failure.
Howard. Someone is panicking. Coward. Gain a new condition. You must make a fear save to engage in violence, otherwise you flee.
That'd be
Speaking of fleeing,
fair.
You take your shot. You are reasonably sure nothing really connects. Something in your hindbrain is just like, I need to leave. You run. You are panicking. You climb up, and you get lighter and lighter and lighter as you get closer. You hit your thumbprint against the exit of the greenhouse, and you're about to like lever your way up there, and you feel something very large whoosh over your head.
Oh.
And up and vanishing up that long passageway, you just see like a large shape, man-shaped, except with giant leathery wings. And you catch a glimpse of like coarse brown fur as it just zooms up toward Cal and Galen. What do you two do?
Do we have comms at all?
I don't know. Do you have radios in your equipment?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I'm like, Cal, we are in serious danger. I do not know why they did not stop me, but I am nearly complete. Do you hear something?
uh, imminent death, giggling children. I don't know, man. This is freaking me out, man.
Cal, here is the plan. If I am successful at this, I will empty the clip into this terminal and we will make for engineering and see if we can't seal ourselves in there and wait it out.
It'd be easier with a laser cutter, but we could try. I mean, anything's possible. I still got my basic tools.
See if you can find some food, as you will need to eat.
Yeah, they probably got some sort of rations or snacks, maybe a Cliff Bar.
What is that whistling noise?
So you open the hatch to go back to, because you're heading towards engineering, which involves going through the greenhouse, of course. Yeah, you open the hatch just in time to see a wolf-like head just sort of shooting up toward you, like basically like almost bowling you over. So this giant head, it's like the head of a wolf with like a bat snout and huge ears, right? Just trailing saliva in the zero G behind it. And the head is attached to, again, this hulking body with leathery bat wings that is gonna bowl right through you or maybe claw you or something. What is your immediate reaction? Actually, now's a good time for a fear save. Let's just do that. Let's close this thing out.
I do that. Save fear.
Don't forget you have disadvantage because you're close to me.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I do.
Galen also does have to make one, but you don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed. I'm at 12 stress now. Feeling great.
I made it.
Okay.
This is just one of the things you see as an android.
So what is your immediate sort of reflex reaction here?
I attempt to grab the back of Galen's uniform and pull him in front of me and curl up into a ball.
Okay. Yeah. So the three of you, you pull Galen down, and then you are hit incredibly hard, but not quite damaging. Well, let's say 1 damaging. By
that's my max.
This incredibly strong force of this. No, not 1 wound. You just took
gotcha.
Damage, yeah. This incredibly strong force, and you are the three of you just sort of bowl end over end and crash into the upper side of the hub. And this thing just sort of like turns and it's scrabbling its claws against the hatch and like kind of punching at the entry lock, and you can hear the servos trying to move, but you've welded the hatch shut. And then at that moment, the side gates open. Also, Dick, what is Dick doing? You have now been blown. You've had this thing blow past you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bolt down that passageway as fast as possible.
Okay. So it's around this time Dick will meet back up with you, and you see this thing scrabbling and trying to like claw at the thing. And it is at this point those hatches reopen. The captain and commander come back in. This time, actually, no, just the captain at this point. Hatch reopens. The captain, again, in a sort of like black blur, zips over to where this thing is scrabbling on there. Just his face is just twisted into just an expression of pure wrath and malice. Zips over, hits the wall, grabs it by the sort of the scruff of the neck and whips it back toward Dick. So you now have this thing coming back at you. And you're able to get out of the way. It hits sort of like the side of where that hatch is, and you can hear something pop inside of it. And it's just like, it's like yowling in pain. and sort of like whimpering, and he starts shouting back at it. And it's that sort of supernaturally growly voice that Cal was hearing in his head, and but he's not shouting in a language you understand. And the creature sort of like rights itself and then just sort of like slink flies back down toward the greenhouse. And his eyes now just he looks at you, he's like, you should not have freed him. Stay out of the greenhouse from now on.
Okay.
And but then he sort of stops and gathers his composure, and he says, "You have a choice to make. Will you stay, or will you leave?"
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yeah.
I would very much like to leave.
I wasn't asking you.
Well, why can't they leave?
The other hatch opens. The commander floats in, and she says, "We'll have need of new technologies where we're going. It's important that we study it."
Where are you going? It's a dead star.
I am a person.
Of course you are.
It's a dead star. Where are you going? There's nothing there.
We're going to our new home.
Oh, okay.
The hatch back to the greenhouse sort of opens, which is also the hatch to your dock. He says, "You may return to your ship if you'd like."
Well, but we're moving too fast. I won't make it. If you could just slow the ship down, then I could just hop in a pod and get out of here.
The ship will slow down in 50 years when we reach our destination.
I ain't gonna make it that long. I've got a comically small pry bar trying to break my own laser weld. Galen, give me some of that android strength, buddy. We gotta go somewhere else.
The commander says, "You can make it that long. We have plenty of free cryopods."
What happened to the people in the pods, man?
The captain says, "Something needs to feed the greenhouse."
That's a cool, normal thing to say. Can we go now?
The commander just says, "The captain told you there are 1,000 souls aboard this ship."
Uh-huh. Sure.
There still are.
What?
But if you'd like to return to your vessel and find your own way back, the door's open.
Well, I mean,
Go, Dick. Go, Cal.
but what about my friends?
About my bonus.
There is no more chances for us, my friend. You should go while the door is open.
All right, she's going.
Yeah, I think I have to float all the way across ops to get there, but I will reluctantly follow.
You return to your pod. You return.
I make a run for it, by the way, once they're through. I assume I get caught, but I am going to try and run for it.
Yeah, let's go. Make a speed check. Sure.
Okay.
Do androids scream of electric sheep?
Will this be the only success in the game?
Oh, I've been rolling mad successes on fear saves, and but let's see. Speed check. 21 success.
Yeah. Galen, android speed zips through that hatch before it closes. I'll say that maybe the computer helped you here. Maybe the computer closed the door a little faster than it would have before.
You made a friend.
The three of you can zip over to the interceptor. Find your way in there. It's in zero gravity. The hatch closes, the airlock hatch closes behind you. You hit the emergency eject, the explosive bolts fire, which sort of rocks you back away laterally from the ship. You have no external vision here, but like you can feel yourself sort of like jet away. You are now drifting through space on a somewhat tangential course of the series, going about 10% of the speed of light. In 6 months, the intercept ship will, or the rescue ship will get to you. You have 2 pods that are still there. There were 6 in there originally, so you could stick the 2 humans in there. It does have an emergency beacon.
Yeah, I will activate the emergency beacon and begin typing my mission report.
I think I need a stim pack before you zoom me in there,
I
man.
was going to say, let's fire off our stim packs, and then.
Do you want to hit a stim pack before you go?
It's the only way I can feel anything anymore.
You will have to roll a d10 because this is your second stim pack of the day, right?
How many hours has it been?
It's been like 14 hours.
It has not been 24. It has not been 24.
Let's see. Where's the roller here?
A stim pack. Just take the edge off.
D10. Roll. I got a 2. That's the stuff.
A 2 succeeds. Because you only have the 2 stick. You didn't have one after.
I had one right after our arrival. Upon
you had one when you arrived. You didn't have one after that, right?
No, I've been good.
Clean, healthy living.
That's good. That's good.
Just like Mama Umami always taught me.
Because you don't want to roll under the number of stim packs you've had in the last 24 hours. If you roll equal, so
you're saying that would hit real good.
You're fine. Yeah, the blinking light comes on. Bite down on the nozzle. Bite down on the nozzle. The fluid.
Do not look at the nozzle.
The fluid, pools around you in the 0G, and it forces its way down your throat like it was when you were there.
Sounds like my last date.
Galen is typing up the mission report. What is Galen's mission report? Just broad strokes. What does it include?
I think Galen is trying to obscure this, right? I think Galen does not want the corporation to chase after whatever these seemingly immortal people going to a dead star can do, because that would be counter to his programming.
What if humans were
And that's
worse?
what Galen sees himself typing, but that's not what Galen's typing, because he brought a little bit of his computer friend with him.
Oh.
And it's helping make sure that there's a food supply going to the Dark Star.
Intriguing. Yeah. So roughly 6 months later, the little docking, you feel a jostle, the little green docking light comes on. The airlock opens up. You feel yourself sort of the jerk of moving with the ship, and you see a docking tube, and standing in there is the young suit and the old suit who gave you the job 6 months ago.
Stephen Squain, an associate.
the young suit just says, Galen, have you been awake this whole time?
Yes.
Wow, fascinating. Well, we got your mission report, and we were able to find you, but we had to make sure that we stopped and let the boarding team onto the series. So they didn't accept the They didn't accept the offer?
No.
Huh. That's weird. Why would they? Did they believe you?
I do not think they gave them any reason to disbelieve us. In my mission report, I was very clear that we found a tomb.
No, well, anyway. Was anyone alive there?
Did you not read my mission report? The life
Yeah,
support and cryo had failed. It was only by the tightest of margins that we were able to keep Dick and Cal alive.
Oh, well.
Which is not what the report says at all. This is what I think I wrote.
He's like, I mean, salvage rights will be worth a fortune at least. Anyway, are they in here?
Yes.
We haven't tested these in long-term usage yet.
Galen's not laughing. I'm laughing. Oh dear.
Well,
are my friends okay?
I mean, we'll find out, but if so, that's worth a lot more hazard pay. Let's hit the button. And scene. Let's just leave it there.
You're muted, Chris.
Cal died the way he wanted to, not working.
Yeah. So,
Rich, thank you so much.
Yeah, well done.
It was very fun.
Yeah,
I'm also realizing I got to run more horror games for Matt because he's the perfect horror game player. Just like, I'm going to do the thing they'd do in a movie that would get him killed. And I'm like,
yeah, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, I need to do more of that.
Like, I want to see what's in that fucking green.
Yeah, it's not horror if you always do the smart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like because I don't run a lot of like published adventures, so this is kind of the first one I've like done a lot of it like over and over again. It's interesting to see like what areas people choose to go to and like kind of how quickly they decide to be like fuck these people. I'm not listening to them. A lot of people go to the greenhouse pretty early on. No one has been in the cargo hold. But yeah, I'm mostly sort of like tweaking the sort of pacing of it. I have some notes that I've changed since the last session here. One of the big ones is like when you meet him, when you meet the captain and he says like he's going to take it away, like it now explicitly he tells you explicitly that he's going to take 24 hours to review this. Because I think one of the things is like no one really knows like how much time do you have, you know?
Yeah.
So if he's like, no, I'm like, you told me, even from like a normal standpoint, normal point of view, like you've told me that my entire life's goal is like ruined. I'm gonna take 24 hours to figure it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys did get what was going on there. I hope by the end, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Did the musical cue come through?
I heard something briefly. I was laughing.
I was hoping it would play over the actual audio, but
did not hear the music.
Yeah, Zoom has like some default noise suppression that does a good job.
Does,
yeah.
Yeah. I realized
from hearing the cats I'm referencing.
I got this to work last time, but I didn't have an opportunity to actually use the musical cue. But it was Toccata and Fugue in D minor.
Nice. Well, if you have like a playtest form or anything you want us to fill out, I'm happy to. But like, I don't have a ton of notes unless I sat down and think about it. I had a great time. I thought that was a great adventure. I love the way it was paced. I loved what the presumed story was happening behind it, and I had a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
That was very good. I was into it. 100%.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for running for us.
I should probably make playtest forms, shouldn't I? I've just been running it. But yes, I'll make a playtest form. Yeah, sure.
Cool. Well, In that case, this has been an actual play from the Jaunty Mantis, a podcast of creative questions for curious gamers. If you like what you heard, feel free to go ahead and hit that like button, interact with the YouTube, give us a subscribe, or if you're listening to the audio only version, it really helps us if you leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening to. And if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us at jauntymantis@gmail.com or at jauntymantis@bluesky. Rich, any way people can get a hold of you if they want to know more about Redshift?
Yeah, on various social media, my name is usually Personal Beavis, mostly on Blue Sky these days. I'm not posting a lot anymore, but besides that, yeah, the company that we'll be publishing this under is called Signal Interruption. That's where it's going to be. In between the last session and now, I did get like actual authorization to call this a Mothership adventure. So I'm not sure. I'll probably be doing some kind of crowdfunding for it, but it's
cool.
It's going to be a quick little 2-page module.
Were the Tuesday night games people super chill?
Yeah, actually, that like as far as they do like their licensing approval, like you have to send the one thing is that you have to send them like the whole manuscript. You have to send them not like a fully finished product, but like here's all the text. But their approval process is just basically to make sure that like you're not publishing like Space Racism, the role playing game, anything like that's going to make them look bad. They make sure that like you have the rules basically right. But aside from that, they basically just say, we approve anything unless it's like super objectionable. And then, yeah, I was able to get like tentative pre-approval, and that lets you do like a Kickstarter and marketing and stuff like that. And then like in order to actually publish it and put the logo on and all that stuff, you have to send them the finished product. But like they have a like very, very cool process for third-party publishers, which is why there's so much of it out there.
Yeah. Well, if you do get a Kickstarter going, let us know, and we'll be happy to shout it out, probably like winding up 2 weeks after it started. If you tell us 2 weeks before it started, we can rearrange something.
Yeah, the last time I did a Kickstarter, I did not let people know very far ahead of time, and any publicity I got was like right before the end. So not making that mistake again.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody. Until next time, get out there and play some fucking role-playing games.